Just after Lovers Day, sometime in February, while I was out with my friends, I met a girl at the bar not too long ago. True life story, of course. I took her number, called her right there to check if the number was correct. I'll be calling you later, I told her. I got discouraged by my friend when my friends told me this girl have body odor. I discarded it because it means, I mean, she has been working all day since she's working at the bar. I mean, even though even though you have the best deodorant, it's definitely definitely be further away. And it is what it is. Maybe they are right after all. That was a turn off for me, anyways. 2 days later, I got a random call. Hello, who is this? Boom, it was her. Oh, you forgotten about me, she said. I said, I didn't forget about you. I just forgot what I used to save your number. But now that you called, I saved it to my day. I lied, of course. She smiled. Oh, my intention was not to call her at all. But getting a call first from a girl in the society that come from Nigeria, it's not uncalled for. But yes, I mean, I'm handsome. I'm handsome, but I'm not Brad Pitt or this guy from BTS. But yeah, it was pretty nice talking to her on the phone at first. She was a very decent girl, beautiful. You know, she sounded homey, like she wanted something. You know, yeah. Couple of days, she sounded so normal. You know, like we knew ourselves before now, and everything started so normal. Everything started. The whole call was smooth. You know, she was lovely on the phone. Even at first, I was like, this is cringe. Maybe she's a stalker. Maybe she's lonely. That's why she need me more than I do. But she started so normal on the phone. I mean, everything started cool. Yeah, at the first call. Then we book a date. We book a date to see each other. Like, we book like a day or two to see each other. It was fine with me. But the downtown there is she always close her work late. I mean, I work 9 to 5 job. And how are we going to have? But you need to balance it. I mean, I said, oh, I'm going to risk it because since she sounded so nice on the phone, I said, yeah, why not risk it? Since she sounded nice on the phone, why not risk it? So we schedule a day to see each other. And she was like, boom, I said, oh yeah, when you leave work, call me on the phone. I'll meet you at the junction. Then she said, okay, she was going to call me. And it got to the time when she closed work. Then she called me around 9 o'clock. I said, oh my God, look at the time. I mean, the society, yeah, which is the uncertainty of how the rules are. I said, can I actually make it out? And they say, she said, oh, but you promised that you're going to come out. I said, promise. I mean, I told you I'm going to make it out, but I didn't promise. And she's like, oh, okay, but yeah, even though you don't want to see me, you know, I said, oh yeah, pretty much I'm going to risk it. What is the highest thing that is going to go wrong there? Maybe I go out there, I see her, I don't like what I see. Maybe the vibe was weird. I cut it off. I thought to myself though. Then yeah, then I got there. Before I could even get to the junction, she was already there. Oh my God, oh my, she was beautiful. When I say beautiful, she was beautiful. Calmly, smells so nice. Unlike my friend earlier, what they earlier said, I don't know whether they were jealous. And she was sounding so comfortable. She talked to me like she knew me before. I asked her about, you know, when I seriously met her, I asked her about how things are going to be, how long has she been in the city, where she's living at. She confided in me. She said she's staying with her sister. She only been to the city 2 weeks earlier before then. I said to myself, oh my God, this is actually a good thing. I mean, she's out in the new city. I've been in the city for so long. I mean, there is so much experience. There's so much experience for us. You know, I can take her out to so many places just to get the whole look of the whole nice scenery. So she stayed with her auntie, which is definitely her cousin, but since she's older than her, she got her auntie and sister and stuff like that. And now everything was went so nice. Everything was so splendid. The conversation was so nice. Yeah, she was so comfortable with me. So coupled with after that time, we were talking over on the phone, talking. Oh my God, I was so enjoying. Even when she gave me the mandate of, oh no sex for now, I was like, oh, couple because she's so nice, she's so tolerant. I even confided in her that my mom died earlier last year, November, and the burial is going to be April of this year. And she said, oh wow, you know what, I'm going to invite her. I was like, okay, I'm going to invite you, but I don't think the relationship have gotten to that place of inviting you, since it's my mom's burial. And now with my mom's burial, everybody's going to be there. and I don't feel comfortable inviting you when I know that everybody is going to be there, because I think we haven't defined what we have yet. And she was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Everything's going to be fine. It's just me. She being there, associating with me. And besides, she doesn't want another guest. Supposedly, I mean, this is happening so fast. Supposedly, that was like a week. And she's like, that's like 2 weeks. She was like, she doesn't want another woman to snatch his boyfriend." I said, her boyfriend. So her boyfriend, I was talking in my mind, I know she even stated, "I love you first," just like this Selena Gomez song, "I love you first." I was like, she said, "I love you first." Yeah, she said, "I love you first," and even at the point when I stopped saying "I love you," when she said "I love you" and I never said it back, she was like, "Okay." She started like covering it up, like, "So sorry, like, things are moving fast, but the only thing she doesn't know how she feels, like she have a butterfly in her belly whenever she talks to me." And like, I was like, Jesus Christ, I mean, I'm handsome, but still I'm not Brad Pitt, So this is it. So, but the whole thing, the whole situation was all going nice. The whole situation was nice. The vibing was sweet. The spirit was all nice and all stuff like that. Then it got to the point where I traveled. To the extent I think we are even talking to her 3 times in a day. She said it wasn't enough. Probably we need to talk more. Now she feel like I'm not giving her much time. She needed more time with me, and the whole time I'm giving her is not enough. That she needs the whole time in the world and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I might have find the right one and stuff like that. Everything was moving fast. I was like, I might have find the right one. But looking back, I think it's a little bit obsessive because of the whole thing. Where are you and stuff like that. Looking back, is like a little bit obsessive. It could be. Yeah, it could be obsessive. Right? So then I traveled to my mom's burial. Everything went well and stuff like that. We were talking all the day. She called me even the time of the burial. Video called me and everything. Then was super nice. Everything was super nice. Then a couple of days when I came back, she was like missing me. Am I coming back? When am I coming back? So after the burial, when I came back from my hometown to the city, I didn't get to see her because of work, of course. You know how it goes. So still working to the 9 to 5 job, my contract job, my still visa. So the whole thing was so nice. I'm an iron bender here. We call it iron bender in Nigeria, but I still visa in modern time, Britain word or English word or US word. So I'm a still visa. So it couples with when I got there, when I came back, everything was happening so nice. She was a very beautiful girl. We were talking. Then finally, 2 weeks after I came back, we got to see each other. Everything happened so nice. The experience was overwhelming. I was loving it. We were soaking into each other's person. We even do what couples do. If you understand what I mean. That was what love is. Like we are yearning for each other. It's like we wanted to be within each other's company. Everything we wanted to be rap. She was rapping herself. Everything was like, yeah. And also we do what couples do. And it was nice. I didn't regret everything. I didn't regret anything. Everything was super nice. And everything was super nice. It's more like everything happening in the movie. Then after the whole activities, her face suddenly changed. It was stone black. I was asking myself, I mean, after the whole waist whining, after the whole 1 hour waist whining, now your face is like this. I might be as well be running a whole marathon than doing this. Then your face being like this. And she say, she have a problem. I say, what is the problem? What would the problem be? And she said, she has something she wants to tell me. So, what possibly do you have to tell me? And I said, like, do you remember my last relationship? I said, yeah, of course, I remember your last relationship. She said, oh, actually, I forgot it. I didn't tell you that I had a baby with my ex. I said, baby? Say, yes. I said, I have a baby with my ex, but my baby now is in the village with her with my mom. And I said, why not? Why lie? Why now? Why everything? Why even leave him since you have a baby? He said, first of all, why I didn't tell you is because initially while we started dating, you tell me that you don't want anything serious to be with you don't have any end goal to be with a single mom. And also I don't want to lose you. I love you so very much. I mean, I tell you, even when I tell you, that was like the second time we met. Like that was it. Possibly you wouldn't like me then. It's like, oh, I love you, and the whole thing was moving so fast, and I don't want to lose you. I don't want. I see you as a very responsible guy, and I don't want to lose you. I was like, okay, okay. Then why? He said, and for my ex-boyfriend, he was so abusive. He's dropped through his calls to her calls, and the guy was verbally abusive and all stuff like that, even to the extent that he started beating her. So, oh my God, I'm not supporter of evil. I'm not supporter of abusive men. But I told her everything this guy actually, that even the guy accuses her of cheating. I told her, if this guy accuses you of cheating, does everything this guy accuses you of, is any of them true? And she said, no. She's not a cheater. She told me once she's a one guy kind of girl, and she doesn't double date and stuff like that. Initially, that's what she told me though. I said, okay, since I don't, but I tried to wrap around that. How can someone actually start being abusive without even getting the fast track? I mean, coming from the world, it's not popular. It's not popular in the type of the world I'm coming from. But yes, after she said all those stuff, I said, okay, it doesn't matter at this point in time because we are in it. I mean, especially even though I'm in the midst of post-not clarity, but I think I'm beginning to like her, actually like her, because I don't usually fall in love like that, right? So, but I actually like her, appreciate her, because she was so comfortable talking to. She makes everything beautiful and stuff like that. You know, she talks well. She talks with energy. You know, she's more like a traditional woman. Like, you know what they say, traditional woman. You know, respectful at all times. She doesn't bail. You know, even though I actually force myself to give her things. She doesn't even ask me for things, and that is surprisingly for any girl that I've met. And that coupled with that, he said, I tell her what is going to happen is, I mean, you would have told me I could have made a session because of you. So, which I did. I told her, let's see how it goes. You know, let's see how the relationship goes. We will see how it goes, if it's going to work out with us. I mean, since you said the guy promised to get married to you, then you guys started dating, and now the baby came along. Now the guy don't want to get married to you. I mean, I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster myself. I understand. You know, some guys can be beasts, like my university lecturer always say. God bless you. So he said, all men are beasts and all men are prostitutes. A man can do something without looking back, and a woman always asks something in return. This is my philosophy teacher back then in uni. So this is what happened there. I told her after this, but boom, 2 days later, it's like everything changed. Like, this person, I no longer know how she. Sometimes I call, she picks up. Sometimes I call on another call. You know, I never read meaning into it before. Now I never read it. Honestly speaking, I never read meaning into it. But now that I having the information that I have now, and I need to, even you will do the same. You know, but I need to have like some clarity why this thing happens. I start asking myself, I call you, out of 10 calls I call you, you're either in another call, or maybe your phone user busy, or maybe your phone is switched off. What actually, since you're working, what actually are you always doing with your phone? You say you're in another call, or your phone is switched off. I asked her, I said, oh, so she talks to her. He said that she's talking to her mom, or she's talking to her parents. I mean, she's talking to her brother, or she's talking to her cousin. But I mean, for me being who I am, I know that nobody in the country talks to their mom for 1 hour, 3 days in a row. Every single day, you call your parents for 1 hour, calling them for 1 hour every single day. It doesn't happen that way. I mean, I didn't say don't talk to your parents, but I don't know if anybody has that type of relationship with their parents, talking to them over an hour. So I started questioning all those stuff. I started questioning those stuff. You know, this thing kind of started bothering me. But I say, okay, let's say, what am I going to lose? You know, she says it turns out that she's a prostitute. What's there to lose? So everything went well. We started talking. Sometimes we talk, sometimes not. Then couple for like, after that day, it's like 2 days later, things started changing. The relationship started changing from I love you to things started. I don't even recognize who she was anymore. Then at some point, come to a time I called her for like 4 days in a row. Sometimes the phone rings. Sometimes she doesn't pick up the phone. sometimes the phone was switched off. Then one single day, I was in a meeting with one of my clients. She called me. I took an excuse because I mean, for someone who haven't called you for like, who you haven't talked to for like 4 days, you become worried. You know, for someone who you care about. Then I moved. I moved a little bit quiet. I picked up the phone. I said, hello, stranger. How are you doing? You know, what is going on? How are you doing? So, you know the thing. I told you I'm not going to lie to you. Let me tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you now. Let me tell you what happened. You remember this military guy? Mind you, this military guy is someone who, while I'm talking to her, that was the initial time I met her. There was this guy who was also wooing her the same way I was, and this guy was so into her, like she said to me. This guy was so into her. This guy said, "Oh, he doesn't care for, he didn't care for boyfriend and girlfriend. He doesn't want to court her. All he wants to do is walk into the eye with her. This guy want to marry her." I was like, so to myself, say, this guy don't know you from anywhere, and he wants to marry you. And I said one day, this guy, you know, trailed her home, trailed her. This is what she was telling me initially. This guy followed her home, trailed. That's what she used, because she wasn't aware. Like the guy drove, trailed her home, and met with her sister, the auntie, the cousin and the auntie, the sister. I told you earlier. Met with the sister. We're talking to the sister. You know, gave the sister things and stuff. He said he bribed. According to her, the guy bribed his way to her sister's favor. So her sister then loved this guy and said he should drop every other people and focus on this guy, because this guy have something to offer. I said, your sister doesn't even know me to see if I have anything to offer or not. I mean, but I said, yeah, I paid no money. Then coupled to what she's telling me in this research call, he said, oh, this military guy. The military guy, remember the military guy? The military guy came to the house. He sat at the sitting room with his sister. He doesn't know what they were discussing. And the sister later, so while the guy was about to go, his sister called her and said, Chine, you know, follow this guy home. I was like, follow this guy home? He said, yes. The sister said he should follow the guy home. And but he refused. And now the education erupted with her sister. His sister said, oh, I know what is best for you. And now I'm telling you what you need to do. Stop following these small boys. I say, when your sister says small boy, does he refers to me? He said, no, you know, he's just like the American general. I mean, I say, but now I'm looking back and I know why his sister said small boys. Obviously, I wasn't the only one. So then this military guy, then this supposed military guy said, you coming home with me? And now he said, okay, this is why you brought me from the village. Oh, you brought me from the village to the city just to go me to hand me out, just to serve as pimp, to go me out with men. And I said, and she said, oh, I'm not going with any guy. The sister asked her the sister said to her, if you are not going with this guy, then you have to leave my house. If you are not going with this guy, then you have to leave my house. That was the sister, what the statement the sister made. And she said, oh, I'm not going anywhere with her. In short, I'm going to leave your house. He said, and then he called another guy. Mind you, now 2 guys are now becoming the equation. It's no longer me. Mind you, I'm the one who's called the boyfriend. Now 2 guys is now in place. Now he called another guy. The guy was like, he called another guy and narrated the deal with the sister. The education had been up, how his sister told her to walk out of the house. I don't know how true this is. I don't know whether her sister meant it or not. But she narrated this story to this guy. I said, who is this guy now? He said, you know, remember when you traveled for your mom's burial? I also met this guy. This guy asked me out, and I told him I have a boyfriend, but he was insistent that he doesn't care for a boyfriend and girlfriend, and he came for marriage. I said, I told you, but I'll constantly ask you if you have another, even though, have you found someone else? Have you found someone else? You keep saying me, no, I'm the only one. How can I be accusing you of such thing? You know, this is something I kept asking you for the longest. I kept asking you this. You said, no, this is it. No, I haven't found anybody else. You know, and I said to you, okay, now we are 3 people in the equation now. We are 3 people in the equation. Then now, after this guy, after this supposed guy now, the military guy, this guy, and me. And I don't even know I'm the victim now. I'm the victor in this case. But I'm telling myself that I only say I'm the victim now. I'm telling myself I'm the victor. Because at the end of the day, I have nothing to lose, right? So he said he called this new guy, right? He called this new guy and narrated the story with her sister. So the guy said, okay, you should come over. So this guy, this supposed guy, took her from her sister's place to from her sister's place to his house. Supposedly, she said his family house. Let me say the guy stays at the family house, and he said he took her to the family house. Then the next day, he followed the family, the guy's family, moms and siblings, to their church, where they prophesied to her that why everything, all this thing is happening to her is because someone lay a voodoo. What is it called? A voodoo, yeah. It's voodoo. More like haste her. She wouldn't progress in life. That's what they did. Someone did in her family house in the village. So I said, okay, since this voodoo and stuff like that happened, so why you say that? This guy's place, he said, no, she started fasting. They gave her to fast for like 1 week. And after she fasted for like 1 week, now they gave her another fasting. After for that 1 week, she will come back to the church and fast again. I said, what is your intention with this guy? Is this guy your boyfriend? Is this guy your husband? What is even this guy to you? He said, I don't even know what we are doing. But I will call him my boyfriend. But I'm telling you, the guy is serious. I said, okay, the guy is serious, fine. So why are you calling me? But what I'm telling you, I don't want you to seem awkward. I don't want you to seem awkward that now I didn't tell you. Okay, now you tell me. So I accept everything. Thank you for telling me, and thank you for telling me. So what is the next thing? Next chapter? He said, but it's okay. I just wanted to let you know because I still love you. Are you listening to yourself? You still love me after this whole thing? After this whole thing, you still love me? I mean, I'm not believer of love at this point in time. You know, so like I said, can you do me a favor? I told her, I first of all, before I tell her, can you do me a favor, I told her, if you are ever going to see each other. She said at this point in time, she doesn't know. And I said to myself, since you don't know, can you do me a little favor? Can you please delete my number from your phone? And she said, it have not gotten to that. I said, yes, it have gotten to that. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to see you ever again. I don't want to see you in my life. I'm trying at that point in time, I'm trying my possible best not to be so verbally abusive, to tell her, oh, you this one, you that one. I'm trying my best not to call her names. I said, please delete my number. And she said, she's not going to do that. Before she could do everything, I hung up the call. Oh, I thought that would be the end of the story. Truly, I thought that would be the end of the story. 1 month later, because I've already deleted her number. 1 month later, I got a call. I pick, hello, who is this? Hello, it's Chinenye. Chinenye who? Chinenye now. I said, oh, you've deleted my number. I said, didn't I tell you should delete my number? I couldn't tell you, say you delete my number. He said, yes. Yeah, that's what you said. I said, why are you calling me now? You haven't called me since then now. I said, let me call you. Let you call me. For what? I don't know what we are even doing in the first place. He said, but that's it, by the way now. I said, okay, where are you now? Are you at your sister's place? Have you reconciled with your sister? Have you picked your sister's call? Have you got to your mom's place? What is the essence of this call? I mean, I would have even considered, had it been she'd have left this person's house after I told her to do so. But she didn't. She said, no, say she found a work now, she's working now. And I said, what about your sister? He said, her sister, I've been trying to reach out to her. She's not picking up the phone. She's not picking up the phone. I said, why are you not picking up the phone? If this your sister is calling you, because since you said your sister is a pimp, she wanted to pimp you out, why not go back to your hometown? In this time of age, this guy can wake up one day after messes up your life, can wake up one day and destroy your life. Please don't do the mistake you did with your ex. That's what I told her. I mean, now your ex promised you marriage. Now you got pregnant for him, and this guy is definitely have promised you marriage. Before you know, you got pregnant and give birth. And I said, don't do. He said, yeah, no, she's not going to do the same mistake. I told her, please don't ever call me. Before I even could say, before she could start begging and stop on the phone hanged up, and I blocked that line again, and that was the end. If you enjoyed the true life story, and this is what happened to me, and if you enjoy this whole stuff, please and please subscribe to my channel. I have more story to come. I have more story. This is a new channel. Please and please subscribe to my channel. Please, I'm on my name. Subscribe to my channel. I'm a new YouTuber. Satire said it. More to come. More to come. Banger upon banger story of my real life experience. Real life story. This is all entertainment. I love you.